Hi everyone, it's Susie and this is my final video in the series of the top 10 blocks to happiness. I've had so much fun doing this and I hope that you're enjoying it and getting some value out of it. The final one that I wanted to talk about was comparing ourselves to others. Now in this world of social media, this has become a really huge issue, not just with us, but with our kids as well. And, you know, we are bombarded with images of how we should be, how our lives should be, you know, what we should achieve. And so much of it is just so unrealistic and, you know, it's just unattainable. But, you know, what are the reasons that we might be comparing ourselves to others? And I've written a list of them as I do, because I'm that list lady. I might have to look at a few of them. Feeling inadequate when you look at others' achievements. You know, we're measuring ourselves up against other people. And we're all different. You know, what's right for someone else mightn't be right for you. It mightn't be your way of reaching success. Feeling envious because you're missing out somehow. Now again, you know, it could be because what you are seeing or what you're perceiving isn't realistic. Feeling that you won't be happy until your life measures up. Well, that again is comparing yourself to others and feeling that you come up short. Or maybe you feel inadequate or not enough in some way in yourself. So it really triggers you and you feel that, you know, you want to measure up to other people. But what we're seeing is projections of what we think. It doesn't mean that it's true. And if you're constantly trying to measure up to other people, to what you perceive as their successes, you're never going to be happy. And it can really cause you to feel not enough, feel invisible, and it can lead to things like eating disorders, anxiety, substance abuse, because you're never ever happy with what you've got. You always think there's something more out there. So how can we stop this? Because it is really important to not let ourselves get away with comparing ourselves to others. Limit your social media. Use social media to connect, not to compare. We don't have to go on and look at all the things that we look at. You know, I just go on there to connect now, because I found that when I compared, it just made me feel crap. It made me feel inadequate, because once again I was assuming that all of it was true. Remember, you are unique. Everything about you is unique. You have different gifts. You have so many special things about you. Celebrate those. You look at yourself and realise what a wonderful, wonderful person you are and all the unique gifts and talents that you have. And remember, if we're not doing this ourselves and we have kids or young people in our lives, they're watching us. You know, we're the role models for them on how to live their lives. So we kind of have a responsibility, not just for us, but for others too. Comparing yourself to others is taking the focus off yourself. If there's something that you're not happy with in your life, if there's something you want to achieve and you haven't done it, it is up to you to do it, nobody else. Wishing and praying that you had what that other person has, you had that success, you have whatever it is only going to make you resent it. So if there's something you want in your life, you have to take action. Nothing else will change unless you take action. And don't let someone else's self-confidence diminish your own. It's so important. It's all about looking inside ourselves, taking responsibility for our own thoughts, our own actions, And once you start doing this, it might sound a bit daunting at first, but once you start living your life this way, it just becomes your norm. You train your brain to think this way, and it just makes life such more joy-filled, and we really have control over our own lives. So don't give it away by comparing it to someone else's life, because you can't. We're all different and we're all unique. Celebrate you. That's the order for today. Celebrate yourself. You are a gift. And thank you so much for joining me on this series. I really hope that you got some benefit from it. And this is the type of work that I do with my clients. It's just a tiny bit of it. Is really working out the patterns in your life that aren't working for you and changing them into ones that do. Thank you again.